It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
2, 3, 4 for the final time.
Win number 1 of the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Kansas Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
One of my favorite tracks on the schedule here lies in the Village West area, just outside of the main metro of Kansas City, Kansas. We are here under the lights at the Kansas Speedway for the Sunflower 300, race number 11 of season number 2 of the NOFSRL Scots National Series. Coming into this race after a wicked, crazy race at Talladega Super Speedway that saw Matt Tuck of Thibodeau Motorsports get his first career win, and apparently it's his first NR 2003 win in 2 years, so congratulations to him once again. But coming into this race, as far as driver point standings go, it is still Juan Rodriguez who has led the points almost all season with now 294 points to the championship. Quentin Moore, 285. He's 9 points behind. 31 points behind Carter Joey. 37 behind Justin Zidell. 40 behind Jackson Harrison. 42 behind is Alex Watts. 43 behind is Timothy Ruiz, as well as Max Anderson. Nick Martin's 48 behind, and Dale Lightning 50 behind in 10th in points. So that's what the top 10 points looks like. We are ready to get it started here at Kansas Speedway. Let's go down trackside, get you your starting lineup, and we'll get this pace lap started. And the engines fire here at Kansas. 42 going to roll off. It's Hamble Racing Enterprises, Riley Snare on the front row, alongside the 64 of Josephine O'Neill for All-Star Speed Team. In row number 2, we're going to find the 95 of Timothy Ruiz for Team Ninja Rapids, alongside the 5 of Reagan Whitlock for Buck Racing. In row 3, it's Full Frontal Motorsports, DJ Reed in the 41, alongside Thibodeau Motorsports, last week's winner, Matt Tuck in the 33. In row 4, we find All-Star Speed Team's number 60 Dollar General Chevrolet, William Brock, alongside the Credit One Chevrolet Full Frontal Motorsports, Aiden Macro. Quentin Moore in the 88 already has a win this season for that 88 Ryan Racing team. He's looking to get win number 2 here at Kansas. Alex Kelly in the 76 for All-Star Speed Team hasn't won yet this season, but starting 10th, he's got an excellent shot. Pace car comes down on the pit road. We are ready to get this race started, and the Sunflower 300 is green here at Kansas. Lap number 1 looks like it's going to be led by Riley Snare in the 92, and indeed, but making a move for the lead, Timothy Ruiz in the 95, bringing DJ Reed, Rockingham winner, with him, and Ruiz is going to go to the race lead here on lap number 2. Reed having the move done on the inside of the 92. Riley Snare trying to hold on off of corner number 4. Josephine O'Neill in the 64 right there, tucked in behind the 41. 3 wide, several rows deep there. Nothing that's getting in the way of the battle for the lead. Looks like it's broken up. I think Vic Merlin was back in the middle of this. Still 3 wide going on. Fitzwater, Alexander, and Landon Smith Jr. there, as Smith Jr. is falling back on the outside big time here to start off the Sunflower 300 at Kansas. Now, how's last week's winner Matt Tuck doing? I believe he started the race on that outside line. He's made his way down low, and he is going to go to 6th place on William Brock there in the 60. Up ahead, it is still Timothy Ruiz leading this thing. They are side by side for 2nd, and that is definitely allowing him to pull away here in the early laps at the Kansas Speedway. Points leader Juan Rodriguez on track right now. There he is in the 73, just on the outside of Derek Hamill, who's going to make a move on the inside going into turn number 1. The outside line looks like it has the most grip on track right now. Interesting. It's not what we've seen in cup practice and stuff, but here, for whatever reason, the outside line looks to be the strongest one. But Rodriguez now finally is able to make that inside work, and he is going to move up to the 20th position there on the inside of Nick Martin's. Now going to look at Braden Perez there in the 50. Perez, however, going to stretch back ahead of the 73. But now checking in ahead, it's Ruiz still leading this thing. His lead has grown slightly. Riley Snare trying to close back in car number 92. Quentin Moore has settled into the 3rd position. Josephine O'Neill in 4th. DJ Reed 5th. Side by side for 6th between William Brock and Matt Tuck. It'll be William Brock taking the position away, so put Tuck back to 2nd. Caleb Rose, an excellent run so far. He's going to take a look at that 33. He'll take his NS Racing Chevrolet down to the inside. Matt Tuck is going to hold on to the position for now, I believe, and Rose will pull in behind the 33. Aiden Macro in 9th, and Daniel Bouchard just getting around Igor Barreto will round out the top 10 here at the Kansas Speedway on lap number 8 of 40. Will be a 5th of a way done this time by here at Kansas. Side by side for the 2nd position, it'll be Auto Club winner Quentin Moore getting underneath Riley Snare, the 92. And they're going to be side by side, continuing out of turn number 4. And through the trioval, headed down towards turn number 1. Moore going to try to get the dive down low. Snare trying to get the grip up top. And the grip up top is going to keep Snare with him. This is good stuff here early on at Kansas. Quentin Moore is slipping still. Here comes Josephine O'Neill trying to make it a 3-car battle. They'll get singled back out, and Snare's going to pull back in front of the 88 and be left to chase down the 95 of Ruiz, who has smooth sailing right now just ahead of him. No competition right now as they've continued to shuffle. And getting shuffled backwards, Winnie Calhoun in the 20, Armory Digital winner. As we saw just ahead, Madison Tull making a bonsai slingshot move behind Reagan Whitlock there, and she might just get by here. That's 13th on track. Whitlock trying to work that top side. He's got Roberto Crown Jr. with him. Alex Kelly and Louis Sankela down low. Kelly's got the run behind Madison Tull. And Tull trying to clear coming out of turn number 2. And looks like she's going to be able to. Car number 99 to 13th. Meanwhile, the battle for 2nd on again. Just as we look back there, Snare's going to hold on to it. It's going to be a battle for 3rd. Josephine O'Neill trying to do an overtake on the 88 of Quentin Moore. And while this is, well, it looked like they had closed in. It went from .62 to .37, and now it's .67 again. With them have gotten side by side again. And they need to do less of that if they want to catch up to that 95 of Timothy Ruiz. Of course, expecting pit cycle around lap 30 if this race goes green, which looks like so far it's got the potential to do. Quentin Moore going to take a look back on the 64, Josephine O'Neill. DJ Reed debating whether or not he wants to take it 3 wide. Thought better of it. He got around the 64 of O'Neill anyway. Brock catching up to his teammate there in the 64. Aiden Macro, the 42. Going to sling underneath William Brock. Headed off into turn number 3. That is for 6th on track. And they'll be just about even coming out of turn number 4. And I believe we're going to end up giving it to Macro here, coming off into turn number 1. Brock is still there. O'Neal might actually help her teammate out to try to get that position there. They're still side by side behind, but for second, Snare and Moore are right on the backside of Timothy Ruiz, coming to lap 15. Quentin Moore, they bump coming out of turn number 4. Quentin Moore on the inside for second, trying to get underneath that 95 of Ruiz. Could he have a dive going off into turn 1? Not quite, but so close. That's the first time we've seen the inside work in this battle between the 88 and 92. Snare was on the top side for the longest time, and it was making it work. Quentin Moore will finally get by. Coming to lap 16 this time out of turn 4. Moore's going to take a look down low on Ruiz for the lead. They're side by side, headed off into turn number 1. At 25 laps to go, Quentin Moore to the front here in the Sunflower 300 at Kansas, looking for his second win of the season and of his career. He's had a terrific season so far for Ryan Racing and the 88 team. He's looking to continue it here at Kansas. Madison Tull and Matt Tuck going to go side by side for the 10th position. Tuck's going to have the run out of corner number 4, and he will hold on to that top 10 spot. Daniel Bouchard in the 7 and behind the 99. As the field looks like it's getting really spread out behind, but still plenty of competition going on all throughout the field. But the big one of note right now, Ruiz closing back in on Quentin Moore for the race lead. Moore's going to have a better run coming out of turn number 4 this time, and Riley Snare might get to the inside, not quite. DJ Reed right there with the 92, and they're going to sling to the inside of car number 95. Ruiz stuck on the outside, Snare, Reed down low, and they're going to be just about even side by side headed out of turn number 2. Headed off into 3, though. Ruiz looks like he has the jump on the high side. Snare's going to try to dive down low once again in car number 92. Ruiz is going to have the run coming out of turn number 4. He might just hold him off, and he will. Reed up top trying to make that outside line work. Could he going off into turn number 1 here? A big dive up top. And he is there on Riley Snare. Side by side out of turn number 2. And on the outside, DJ Reed is going to overtake for the 3rd position. And I'd say we are about 11 laps or so away from pit cycles now here at Kansas Speedway. Take a look where our points leader has ended up. Juan Rodriguez in the 73. Here he is, going to the inside of Louis Zankala. That is for 17th on track right now. Just ahead of his teammate Justin Zidell in the 90. Dale Lightning, the other Arctic Racing car, sitting in the 22nd position right now. As for the race lead, Ruiz not quite able to get there coming out of turn number 4. He slips back in line behind that 88. O'Neal's going to take a look on Riley Snare, though, for the 4th position. Snare, still glued to the top side, is going to pull back ahead of that 64. And Jackson Harrison, guy who was largely blamed for causing the big pileup at Talladega in the trioval, he's having a terrific night so far for that EEL racing team, closing out on the backside of Reagan Whitlock. That is for 15th on track right now. He's doing good, while his teammate Declan Wellington Turner is 28th on track right now. He's flying the banner high for that Ford camp there with EEL Racing, and he's going to move into the 15th position there in behind Madison Tull. I assume most people would try to play it calm, but no. Josephine O'Neal and DJ Reed are still going to go at it. I thought that people would start to play it calm now as we're closing in on pit cycles. At this point, just maybe they think, oh, let's just make it to cycles and we'll just get on from there, but no, there's still quite a bit of side-by-side going on throughout this field. But as we get deeper and deeper here into the field, obviously, less and less of it. There's less of it up here too, but there's a couple of occasions up here where it is going on. And Juan Rodriguez and Reagan Whitlock, for example, and the battle for second just then with Riley Snare and Timothy Ruiz. Ruiz able to hold on to it. O'Neill is going to slip back on the outside. DJ Reed in that 41. Not going to get to the inside of the 64. Snare's going to go back on the 95. And Brock able to hold off the hard-charging 98 of Caleb Rose. Headed off into turn number 1. The outside still the strongest line here at Kansas, but Snare not going to give it up easy. They are still side by side down the back straightaway, and Quentin Moore is absolutely loving this. Because the more they do this, the more he pulls away. No pun intended. Half a second lead for Quentin Moore. Headed off into turn 1. O'Neill going to take a look at the third lane up top. And that didn't work. Didn't quite get side by side with Ruiz and Snare. But is side by side with DJ Reed in the 41 now, who has been so far the only guy I've seen who can work the inside in this front group. He's trying to put it to good use once again here as William Brock tucks in behind him. Igor Barreto in the 84 to the inside of Caleb Rose with a mirror full of Aiden Macro in the 42. 3 wide as Barreto's going to go down low on Brock and O'Neill, and he's going to get a 2-for-1 special. Headed off into turn 3, or will he, as O'Neill is still up on the top side. And they will continue to be side by side out of turn number 4 for the race lead. Ruiz has caught Quentin Moore. Moore going to try to work the top side. Headed off into turn number 1. And Ruiz is going to pull ahead of Quentin Moore for the race lead. Behind Aiden Macro, taking a look at William Brock. But Moore trying to hold on to that top side. He's going to continue to slip backwards, though. But we are just a couple laps away from pit cycles, if I had to guess. I don't think we've seen any takers just yet. No, not yet. But here in the next couple laps, surely we will see our first takers. Quentin Moore trying to close back in on that 95 of Ruiz. He's going to be on the backside. Coming out of turn number 4, we'll see if we have any takers this time by coming to lap 30. Nobody. Not yet anyways. Moore slipping backwards into the 3rd position as Riley Snare gets down low. The inside line may or may not be coming to life here. We'll see if Quentin Moore can have the run. Headed off into turn number 3, though. And Snare looks like he's going to come down the pit road. He's slowing up. Moore slowing up. Ruiz slowing up. And they are going to come down. Igor Barreto is going to move into the lead here at Kansas. And a whole bunch of cars coming down the pit road. Looks like nothing is going to cause an incident. So we are all good here. Keith Kent, the last one to come down. Looks like he's got some damage on the right side of that 83. Don't know what happened there, but should be able to get it hammered out now. Barreto is going to lead the brigade around this time. We'll see if anybody stays out. It's going to be John Andrews in the 01 who stays out. Anybody else? Winnie Calhoun will stay out. Alex Watts stay out. Brandon Yodel in the 82 will stay out. They're going to try the overcut. Quentin Moore looks like he's going to be first off ahead of Ruiz. And that very well could be the battle for the race win right there. We'll see how the rest of this cycle goes. Barreto coming around onto the pit road with John Andrews, Winnie Calhoun, Alex Watts down, Quentin Moore ahead of Ruiz indeed. And we'll keep an eye on this because I do believe they are going to cycle into the race lead here. And Ruiz is right there on the 88. Oh, he's going to give him the old boot scoot boogie here. A little bit of short track racing on 1.5 miles. And Timothy Ruiz to the lead here at Kansas with 7.5 laps to go. Or will be to the lead once they come around here. Somebody blowing up. Keith Kent in the 83 with a problem there. Meanwhile, his teammate Igor Barreto trying to get up to speed so he can hold on to the race lead. Here comes Ruiz and more. Coming through turn 1 and 2 on the top side. Up to speed as Barreto gets off the pit road. I believe Barreto may have just cycled into the lead. He did. Unless Ruiz gets him here. Oh, big block by Igor Barreto. And car number 84 has the lead here at Kansas with 7 laps to go as his teammate blows up. Quentin Moore trying to get around Timothy Ruiz. Barreto has never won in Scots. Ruiz has never won in Scots. Moore has won once. He's looking for win number 2. But while those two are side by side for second, Barreto is pulling away. And I can't believe I'm saying this, folks, but the overcut for once worked. I never thought I'd say it. But Igor Barreto got the race lead, and he is trying to hold on to it here with 6 laps to go in the Sunflower 300 at Kansas. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. Of course, no caution is going to come out for Keith Kent. We have been caution-free this whole race to this point. Barreto first, Moore second, Macro third, Ruiz fourth, Andrews in the 5th position with another amazing run for that 0-1 team. Full Frontal Motorsports is having an incredible night right now here at Kansas. Got one of their cars going for second right now. John Andrews in 5th, DJ Reed in 6th. So all 3 Full Frontal cars doing extremely well here at Kansas Speedway. But now 4 laps away, we still don't know. We still don't have a clear idea of who's going to win this race. Went from a fairly tame race at the beginning to now. I have absolutely no clue who's going to win this race. This is getting interesting. Coming around turn 3 and 4. Barreto's going to see 3 laps to go. Quentin Moore going to come back on car number 42. At the line, it was Macro, but into 1, it'll be Moore. Macro still trying to work that top side, though. And a little bit of side draft there is going to cut Moore's momentum, and Barreto's going to pull away for now. Coming around for 2 laps to go. Barreto trying to get Trinity River Racing their first victory in the Scots National Series. 2 laps to go. Macro trying so desperately to catch up. He did not get coming off of turn number 2 good. Quentin Moore right back there once again in car number 88. And he's going to look down low in the 42. I believe that might do it here. Coming to the white flag this time. It's going to be a big lead for Igor Barreto. Macro's going to go back to second. But Igor Barreto gets the white flag one more time around the Kansas Speedway. Andrew's going to look down low on Quentin Moore for the 3rd position. Moore's going to work the top lane. They're going to be evenly side by side coming out of turn number 2. And for the lead, here comes Macro. Aiden Macro trying to get to the inside. He's not going to be close enough. Off of turn number 4, coming to the line, Igor Barreto is going to steal one here with the overtake at Kansas. He wins the Sunflower 300. Holy smokes. For once, the overcut works. And Igor Barreto has his first victory in the NOFSRL Scots National Series. His first win of any kind here on the Trinity River Network. Get in there! He's going to bring the Lincoln Park number 84 Toyota Supra down to the pit road. Macro a close second. An excellent effort, though, coming out of turn number 2. Just couldn't quite get there. Quentin Moore, another excellent day there in third as Barreto gets to his stall. Let's take a look at your finishing results here. Igor Barreto wins here at Kansas ahead of Aiden Macro, Quentin Moore, John Andrews, Timothy Ruiz, DJ Reed, Caleb Rose, Matt Tuck, Jackson Harrison, and Roberto Crown Jr. rounds out the top 10. We'll take a look at the rest of your standings here. The only car unable to finish, I believe, is Keith Kenton. Yes, indeed. With an ignition failure on that 83. That's why we saw the smoke coming out there. But no incident cautions in this race. That's always good to see. And it was an interesting one for sure. I wasn't sure how it was going to go after the first 20 or so laps there. But when we got to the pit cycles, boy, it got spicy. And Igor Barreto gets Trinity River Racing our first victory in the Scots National Series. And I will confess, I know that's my team, but I promise the ratings are equal. If they weren't, my cars would have been winning this whole thing. Okay, if you need me to, I'll show you in the Discord so you know it's not rigged. But that's gonna wrap it up here at the Kansas Speedway. Congratulations, Igor! You are officially a winner in the NOFSRL Scots National Series. We'll take a look at your driver's point standings, your owner's point standings, and we'll wrap it up here at Kansas until the next race at Texas Motor Speedway. Y'all have a good one!
Welcome to the NOFSRL.